recording? Yes, it is. It's the best camera I have right now. Hopefully the lighting's such that it won't look all purple. Morgellons update. It's been a while since I've made any videos. I've been dealing with the return of the X and re-departure of the X. Of course, you know how that goes. But I've been having many types of detox symptoms now, as I do the baths, of course, the earth grounding, copper, always. I don't know if the crystal's helping, but I know the copper does. Copper is a crystal. But I digress. So, for some reason, the burning it off of the skin really helps a lot. And this is the reaction I get, is the red speckles. It's trying to have a little sore right there. It's had several here. I mean, a few years ago, it made my earlobe split open and for months and months, and worked its way through all my eyebrows and around my forehead and down the other side, like a cold sore that would never go away, and migrated across your face and everywhere. But so, as I've been killing off this, what I'm going to call toxic fungus hybrid, it's being grown by design, kind of, like by the use of cymatics, electrical cymatics. Look into CYMATICS, cymatics. It's the study of vibration and frequency, and how vibrations of specific tones produce a shape. They always produce that shape, and the shape is balanced and uniform and stays that way, and it's really a three-dimensional shape, but we can view it in two-dimensional in the media we're looking at. Cymatics, look it up. So I think by the use of cymatics in an electrical wave, the chemtrail particles are being vibrated into place, so to speak, to form a structure in conjunction with our body's natural shapes, like our veins, our nervous system, our bones. They all have their shape. Once you've filled all of the cells of all of the components of your body with chemtrail particles, then you can send an electrical signal of a certain frequency into it, and when you look into cymatics, you'll see how a three-dimensional spatial object can be created by simply a frequency or a convergence of frequencies, which would produce harmonics or disharmonics, as the case may be. But anyway, Morgellons update. So copper, of course. Got a little pinky going on there. Neato, huh? This is the new one, though. See, I better update than the old one, so check it. Don't worry, I'll try not to show you new. But I gotta be thorough, right? Okay, so I'm dealing with this little guy right here. Doesn't really look like much now, but it was quite red and inflamed, and it kind of feels as if it goes from my hip on the surface of my skin, and then kind of down into my balls underneath there, and then into my left hip socket. And it's kind of connected to the swelling that will go on in my knee, this area here. But I don't know about that right now. And then it goes up my side, around the back here, where it kind of makes its way up around and goes a swirl and goes towards my spine, up into my left shoulder, where it's like one of the main headquarters for some reason, under my left shoulder. And now I'm getting the little red bumpy sore there. That's one of the detox symptoms I'm now experiencing. And it hurts. I mean, it doesn't hurt just sitting there, but if I touch it, it hurts. If I put it over a flame, I bet it smokes. Let's see. Because this is what I've been doing to get the toxic crap out of my glands. Any lumpiness that I've had under my arms that I thought was normal over the years, like, that right here, is not normal. It's not just the shape of your gland. That's something living in your gland. That's this stuff. See, it's in the other one too, because whatever's on the right's on the left. there's the thing that's been on the back of my arm there by my elbow for, I don't know, 10 years that I can recall right off the top of my head. I didn't quite realize it, and it would come and go in size, and it's kind of small right now, actually. So, this is Morgellons. All the white spots that causes the inflammation around the skin is it. It's it underneath the skin. This, right here, this gets this kind of white. It's not that bad right now, actually. It will get quite white. It'll feel like a callus suddenly grows spontaneously. And, but it can be made to go away by putting heat to it for some strange reason. And that doesn't seem like it should make sense. What I'm also beginning to notice is that as I get the crap out of my skin, and literally by vaporizing it, my sensitivity to the heat is becoming less and less. Now, some of that is that I'm, getting used to it, becoming desensitized, and not, as worried as I was at first. But some of it is my physical sensation. I'm not feeling the heat. It doesn't seem as hot, even though, there's no change in the temperature of the candle or the temperature of the lighter or anything I'm using. It's just that there's less of this stuff in my skin, and the less of it there is, the less sensitive I become to the heat. Like, it's not so much that this is enough heat to burn my skin that much. I mean, obviously, if I stayed in one spot long enough, it would burn my skin. But what it tells me is that this stuff will burn at a lower temperature than my skin, and so when I was inundated with it, as I was several years ago and right up until more recently, as soon as I'd start to heat it up, it would burn large amounts of it down in my pores, and that would put the pain to me right away, making it feel as if, it's burning the crap out of me. Because a couple years ago, when I first started wondering about this stuff, when I first accidentally lit a tuft of hair on my face on fire because it was itching the hell out of me, and I took my lighter and I'll get rid of that itch, and I lit it, and it just goes whoosh, this big old freaking blue flame rolls up the side of my head, right? It made me wonder, why am I so flammable? That doesn't make any sense. And it's been a couple years since then to start to really develop it as like a treatment, but it is, strangely enough. Where was I? Anyway, I should just not make the video too long. So I still have to do this. I do this daily, 5 times a day, and everywhere, under my arms here. Here's a fun fact for you. When you do your balls, they're not as sensitive as you think they are. In fact, you can't even really feel the heat there for quite a while. Don't worry, I'm not going to put that in the video. But whatever's living in my glands and creeping from my groin to my back, through my neck, my medulla oblongata is inundated with it, which just so happens to be a nerve center for the control of everything that goes on in your brain. Wow. Well, is that a coincidence that it seems to be centered right there? It's related to the chemtrails and the 5G that's trying to AI take over your mind with AI. What a joke, huh? Welcome to freedom. I can feel it starting to itch up right there. Yeah, because there's a plane approaching out there, and this will swell and swell and swell, and my ears are starting to ring. So I better get this spot a little bit. See what happens. Well, there's my cat. He's like, are you okay? There's an airplane coming. He always knows too. If you pay attention, once you know that the airplane's coming, you can just look at other people at that point that you know or that you live with, that you see on a regular basis, and observe their behavior. And then observe their behavior, when there's no planes going by at any particular time for a while. Like, it doesn't happen very often, but once in a while. and then start to notice the changes in their behavior, and then it will cue on that. I mean, it affects everybody, but 99.9% of the people don't realize it, seem to be incapable of noticing it, and definitely won't believe you if you tell them. And it's fungus. There's a fungus among us, and it's bungus. It's spiritual in nature too. I think spirit is magnetism and electricity. But that's another subject. Is there anything else? I won't show you the stuff on my ass. It's not that bad, really. Yeah, so this is the new one coming out of my armpits directly. When I was like 9 years old, I had these lumps that looked like warts or something growing under my arms, and they gave me phytokin or something, soap to put on it, wash with, and it seemed to take care of it. But now that I'm thinking back on it, in light of all this, I'm like, I'm wondering what that really was. I mean, I'm of the impression at this point that the American Medical Association implants us with some type of parasite when we're born. That's why they take the baby out of the room. They put a parasite in their body that grows with them, and that parasite will limit your lifespan and cause you to have problems your whole life. And depending on how well your body can, fight it back and stuff, is the determining factor of how messed up you are. Welcome to America, land of the free.